Welcome to another episode of Pistons of Fury. In this episode, I have to replace the busted rear U-joint in my 1966 Mustang. Alright, so start this video off in the garage like we normally do. This time's a little bit different, so quick story. Yesterday, took the Mustang out, saw daylight for the first time in years, really. Took it off the block. I've driven it just up and down my street, but not actually off the street, out into the real world, to the gas station. Everything was going well. It felt pretty good. Filled it up with gas, and then on the way back to my house, basically about a half mile from the house, a couple blocks, it blew out the rear U-joint. Now, it's actually done this once before. This was 20 years ago to this year, on I-40, somewhere in the middle of the U.S. when Dan 2 and I drove this thing across the country. So I can't honestly remember when the last time I greased the rear U-joint in this car was. So it had been, I knew in the limited driving that I'd done with it that it had a little bit of a driveline vibration. I thought that was something to do with the transmission, but I guess it was that rear U-joint trying to tell me something. Anyway, let loose, shattered itself. Spent a good chunk of yesterday, when I was supposed to be doing work and other things, fixing this, getting it off the side of the street because the police didn't like that it was not registered and leaking gear oil into the storm drain. So they didn't appreciate that, but they were cool about it, so got it fixed. Kind of half-ass fixed it, so I need to pull the drive shaft out again, clean it up a little bit. I was just rushed yesterday. I didn't want to take the time to really do it right. I wanted to get the car off the road. So anyway, I'm going to pull the drive shaft out now. I got the car all jacked up on stands, and we're going to take a look at the new U-joint I got and see what we can do to get that fixed for real. And then I'll show you what I did yesterday and what I'm going to do today.
Know what Taylor beat, bitch.
Alright, so just a quick recap. So what I did was I basically, the U-joint, these cups that hold the drive shaft part of the U-joint, they got a little damage, so I had to grind those back. And when I did that, I could no longer fit the retaining clip inside this end of it, so that was a problem. And again, like I said, I was a little rushed. I just wanted to get the car back in the garage off the side of the road. So I didn't put these clips in. I know long term you need these. I knew I could get it back to the house without them. So now I'm going to pull this U-joint and try to massage these clips in here and hopefully not have a problem doing that. Alright, so you probably can't see this, but basically if you're ever reinstalling a U-joint and you can't get the pins to fit, it's usually because you've dropped one of the little needle bearings, and it's, you know, maybe like a millimeter or something like that, but it's keeping it from compressing. So that's what happened to me. I've got to pull this one out, see if it's still round, and put it back in, and then reinstall the U-joint. Okay, so that's a wrap for this episode. Pretty simple, one track kind of thing. Wish the U-joint hadn't broken in this. It kind of set me back in terms of getting the car registered, getting it driving and running and all that. So, I'm sure you guys know what that's like. Something breaks on your car, you stop trusting it, and then you have to kind of start all over, rebuild the trust, know that the car is not going to leave you stranded again. So, good news is this car's been running for a long time. It's just been sitting in my garage not running for a long time, but I know that the combo, like the transmission, drivetrain, everything, I know it's all good. There's nothing new here. There's maybe some kinks to work out in terms of it having been sitting for a while. But other than that, everything's all new. Well, not new, but everything's good. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be okay. So the car's all good. Gonna get it registered this week. Stay tuned for next week. We're gonna have an episode that shows you how to tire bomb your own tires regardless of what kind of car you have. So that's cool, that's coming up. If you like the video, please throw me a like, subscribe to the channel. We're almost driving. Oh God, I say that every episode. We're really almost driving, I swear to God. This car will be on the road soon. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you next week.